Well, welcome back my fantastic artistic friends to painting with MasterTemple. We've got a big old canvas all coated in liquid white, so let's crack on. Let's do a nice cool little painting. Okay, so I'm going to take a tiny bit of Phthalo Blue. Okay, just a nice tiny little bit of Phthalo Blue on a 2-inch brush. Okay, just tap it in there. I'm just going to come up here. This is a pre-stretched canvas, double primed. Okay, double primed, coated in liquid white, and I want a very little amount of paint, hardly any paint up there. Okay, and just blend it out into nothing, okay, and then just take it down. It'll get the liquid white on there. As we, how did you like the Halloween painting last week? If you watched that, let me know. There's something else, wasn't it? Yeah, something else. Okay, now to that, I'm just going to set that brush down, pick up another clean, dry one, and I'm just going to grab some titanium white. I'm going to pale it off, and I'm going to put some black in there soon. So I'm just going to pale it off a little bit. Okay, instead of using a lot of liquid white on the canvas, I just want to put a tiny bit of titanium white up there, just to pale it off a little bit more. If you put too much liquid white on here, we'll end up with all this paint running off the canvas, and we don't want that. Okay, just like that, side to side, nice little strokes. Got a little bit of a, looks like an eyelash. Just crop him off just like that. I think we're going to have a tiny bit of water somewhere, I don't know where, but down here we'll put a bit of blue. Okay, just a little bit of blue. Just stain the canvas just like that. And anything we don't want, we'll just paint straight over the top. Okay, blue is a very cool colour, as you probably know, so it's nice for shadows. All right, so what I'm going to do is take a fan brush. Which one am I going to get? I'm going to get this one, which is number 3. And go back into some of that white paint. In fact, before we do that, I said I'm going to put a bit of black in there, didn't I? So I might as well just grab a bit of black. Just a bit of black, just to darken the corners off a little bit. There we go. That's it. Nearly forgot. Okay, just to darken the top off just a tiny bit. Okay, and just tweak all that together. That gives a little bit of a dark tint to the sky. And then with a dry brush, just go over the whole thing again, bring that all together. So we've got a pale bluey blacky sky, just like that. Okay, now we're rock and rolling. Now let's go to the fan brush with some titanium white. We'll get there eventually. Okay, and just tiny little swirls, just like that. We'll put a nice cloud just there. Okay, just like this, up there. Hardly any effort, just let the brush do the work. Maybe it feathers off just like so. Okay, let's grab a pony airbrush or goat airbrush and just tease. A Bob Ross blender brush would do just fine as well, but I find cleaning those brushes and drying them, you can only use them once in my opinion. Unless somebody tells me otherwise, I'm not too sure about those brushes at all. But these little ones from the range seem to work just fine, for me anyway. For you, it might be completely different. Okay, and again, we'll put another one just there, eh? Just swirl it in. Just swirl the cloud in. There, like so. It goes off the canvas, and it comes across there, like that. Okay, maybe even grab a tiny bit of black just to put on the underside of this. Just to make some shadows. Just really dance it in. Dance that in. There we go, maybe even a bit up there. Don't want that one left out now, do we? You know? Okay, and again, we'll just come and bring all this together. Whoop, got a bit of dirt on that one. Okay, and there we go. Just tease all that together. There, and just lift up and just take out all the brush strokes. Just like that. That easy. We've got a couple of clouds. Just get rid of all that bit of excess paint there. Okay, now I'm going to put a little mountain up there. Okay, so I'm going to get some black, a tiny bit of Dyke Brown, mostly black though, mostly black. Okay, and I just want a very slight little mountain just up there in the clouds. Okay, just in the clouds, and it's got a little buddy, little stony buddy that's just there like that. Okay, push that out just like so. Okay, let's get a clean brush. Which one have we got? This fan brush might as well just work. I can pick him up. Okay, and just get in there and just pull out. Just pull out just like that. And then same on this side, just like that. And then take it into the liquid white where we've got nothing. We'll put something bigger in this way. There, like that. There, happy days, yeah? Happy days. Now back to our palette knife. Okay, I'm going to take some of that Phthalo Blue and a tiny bit of white, or a lot of white. Okay, maybe dull it off with a bit of black as well. Or you can use Prussian Blue, Ultramarine, whatever you want to get, whatever you want, you can do. And I'm going to go this side first with the shadows on the opposite side to what I would normally paint. There we go. And if that looks too dark at the moment, we can come back and put some lighter effects on there in a moment. Okay, so just pull out some white paint. This is titanium white, and then this time we're going to have the shadows on the opposite side, so the highlights are going to be on this side, just like that. We'll just let the knife do the work. Hardly any pressure with the knife. Hardly any pressure on the knife there. Same on this big old peak, just like that. Okay, just keep adding some more paint. There. Just down like so. I'm going to come back and redo some of these shadows and highlights in a moment. Like that, and maybe it comes down there. Some snow. There, there we go. Right, so take some of that shadowy colour, and I'm going to add a bit more white to that. Okay, just pale it off even more. A nice mix of colour, and then just back up here, and then just over the top of that shadow colour, we're going to just put some more little highlights. So the darker blue will show through and leave us with some real deep shadows. Of course, thick paint. Need thick paint to do this. Same up there. Like that. Maybe a bit more there. Like so. Wipe off the old knife. Grab a bit more of that titanium white, and then every now and again we'll just put another little ump and bump wherever we want them. Maybe this comes down there, like so. There. Work on the angles. Work on the angles. Okay, it's most important. Most important. Maybe there's a bit more that goes there, there, and there. I don't know. Maybe we'll join these two little snowy parts up. Who knows? Certainly not me. Certainly not me. Okay. So, with that little goat hair, fox hair, rabbit hair, whatever they call it nowadays, I don't know. Hog hair. I'm just going to blend this until it looks like a little bit of steamy mist down there, just like so. I hope you're all feeling fine and dandy anyway. I really do. I really do. Okay. Right, so there we've got that mountain. Let's put another one, maybe a little bit of a bigger one there. So let's maybe say, I'm using the small knife, okay, but I should be using the big knife, I think. And make it a lot quicker, yeah? But we're in no rush. We're having Sunday morning, we're having a good time, yeah? Okay, I'm really just pushing. Wow, that's one big peak. That is one big peak. Maybe it's got a little bit of something sticking up there as well. That comes down. I'll maybe put a cloud in front of some of this lot as well. I don't know. Not too fussed. Not too fussed just yet. Okay, where's the brush that had the paint on it? I can't find it. That many brushes. We'll just use this one. That many brushes, I can't see for looking sometimes. Okay, so all I'm going to do again is just pull that paint down. Pull it down. Shape the mountain just like that. It's nice and cool, this painting. It's nice and cool. There, like so. And then down here, like that. Okay. And again, just blend that out into nothing. Maybe grab a bit more black. There. Like so. I'd say I don't know what we're going to have down here, but we'll have something. We'll have something. There, like so. I'm going to swirl that brush off before we get carried away. Okay, let's get that big palette knife. Okay, and let's make up a big wad of shadow colour. Okay, so that's black and blue and white. Okay, let's just get rid of that brush and that brush. Okay. And I'm just going to grab a little bit of paint, little roll of paint, and I'm just going to hit this and just gently let that break. Okay. Let that break just down there. Like so. A lot quicker with a big old palette knife. And again, work on the angles of this mountain. Go in there. Like so. Like that. Okay, maybe a bit more. Just down here. We don't know where. We're going to have some shadows, but I assume that they're going to be down here. Like that. And maybe, because I'm really on top of the canvas, I don't know what you can see is different to what I can see. But we'll have that like that. Now that looks like a pretty straight line. So we need to diffuse that, make it a little bit zigzaggy like we've got going on in those bigger peaks in the distance. Okay, so to do that, we'll take some white paint, put the heel, so we put the point of the knife up there, and then let's just tickle in some mountainy colours, some shadows and highlights. And maybe it comes down a little bit there. Keep pulling that paint out nice and flat. How's it going to go? There, like so. Just so it's breaking, it needs to break. It needs to be really firm and really stiff to break properly. There, maybe it comes down like so. There, like that. I do love painting big mountains, especially when it's very, very cold. It's quite cool outside now. Though you wouldn't think it sometimes. It's pretty wacky our weather lately. Right, there we go. And then across there, maybe down there. But we'll come back and tinker with that slightly in a moment, and then get some of this one, put an highlight there as well. Just like that. Okay, now we want to put a bit of different blue on there. So again, back to this blue and then a bit more white. Pale it off somewhat. Peel it off. And then just back up there and then just skim. Let the high points of this paint just come off the palette knife. The high points just come off. Just like that. Maybe even a bit paler. There. So you've got variants of blues and whites in all that lot. And maybe that comes down like so. Got a big old shadow there. Just going to wipe that off. Wipe the old knife. I'm going to grab some more white. And I'm just going to zigzag this there. Just like so. Just like that. Okay. Maybe down here. It's a little bit more. Wow, they are big mountains. They are big mountains. Okay, wipe the old palette knife off, back with the blender, and just tap, 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 and lift up. I want to create some mist, maybe even grab some white in that, but you need the dark to show the white. Same up here, just tap, 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 tap. Lift up, just there, like so. We want to blend all this out into almost nothing. Okay, same on this side. Tap, 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 tap. Really get firm. And then just lift up like so. Just blend it all out. There, like that. Now it might be easier to use a big old paintbrush, you know, the 2-inch brush or something, but we can do it with that little one if we wish. I'm just adding some more snow down here now, like that, and maybe a bit more there, like so. There we go. Right, now what we can take is a little bit of this white paint. In fact, I'm going to grab a tiny bit of liquid white just to thin it down a bit. Okay, and maybe bring a little bit more of that liquid white. We can just tap on a cloud or two that's sneaking across. Just there, like that. That's sneaking across. There, like so. Maybe one there. Hard to see that one because of the highlights, but we'll just put it there like so. There, it's a little bit better now. Maybe a bit there like that. Okay, and again, get your blendery brush wherever I put this one. This is a cleaner one, and just set that into the painting just like that. There we go. There. So we've got some huge, humongous mountains there now. I didn't even know we were going to paint mountains. I was thinking we we're going to paint something autumny, but obviously not. We've changed his mind. Okay, so we want something down here. So let me grab. What shall we use? We'll use this fan brush since we've got it going. Okay, and we're going to have some hills that come up here and yeah. Okay, so I'm going to grab a tiny bit of green and black. Green and black and a bit of that shadowy blue. Okay, green, black, shadowy blue. Okay, let's see what colour we've got. There, like that, yeah. Looks alright, so we're just going to tap in some distant little trees. Okay, so just tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. Maybe they'll come over there like so. A bit more of the different colours. A bit more of the blues, and this will be the shadow side of the little hill, I think. Just there, like so. Don't kill all the white spots though, okay? You want the indication of some snow on the ground down here. Okay. Like that. Okay, so now we've got a little bit of a foothill just there. Okay, back to his blender brush. In fact, let me get that big one. It's got a bit of blue paint on it. We'll just tap the base of this. Okay, and then just sweep that out into nothing. Just sweep that out into nothing. Okay, back to the brush. Where have I just put it? I've just put it down somewhere. A bit more black, a bit more green, a bit more of that blue and white. Okay, change the value, change the flavour. Get a bit more blue in that. There we go. And we can just tap in. Oh, there we go. That's a lot of blue. Blue spruce, you see. Blue spruce. And just lift up slightly. There. Bit more green. There we go. Easy peasy. Just ram it home. Okay. Pop it home. God, don't know where we're going with this. I think we're going to need some white underneath this. So I'm just going to grab some white paint and I'm just going to pull that out and make it look like shadows in the snow. Okay, again on this side, so let's get some white paint and pull that out. Okay, but you need those other colours in there to show this white paint. It's white on white, you've got virtually nothing. Okay, there we go. Big old bank of snow against those trees there. Just tickle that out to nothingness like so. Grab a bit of that bluey colour and just put that in there like that. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a bank of snow. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take, where have I put it? I'm going to take a tiny bit on this little 1-inch rounded brush, okay? I'm just going to grab the slightest amount of blue. And I'm just going to try and tap in. I don't know if you can see it. Just some indications of some real far away little trees. Maybe change the flavour a little bit. Okay, just there. Just like that. Okay, just using the very tip. Just using the very tip of these bristles. Very thin paint. There, like that. Okay, back to our brush with the white paint on. And then we can grab some of that and pull that down. There we go. Shadows in the snow, you see. There. So we've got something that pushes that lot back now. Okay, we want something in here. I think we've got some water there, so let's take a little bit of liquid white on the old palette knife. Okay, cut across, and I'm just gonna put in the indication of a little bit of a frozen pond or something, just there, like that. I don't know where we're gonna go with this. I think there's a bank there. So we'll just cut that in like that. Easy peasy, yeah? Easy peasy. There. So we've got a little bit of a bank with a little bit of water in. Okay. What shall we do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some more white paint. We've taken up far too much white paint doing the mountains. I didn't even know we were going to put mountains in this one. That's how crazy we can be. Alright, so alright, so little fan brush. I'm going to take some of that Prussian Blue, sorry, Phthalo Blue. I'm just going to pop in some, and maybe even grab a bit of black as well. Darken this off. Okay, we're going to have a nice tree on top of that, I think. Comes down there, but we want some undercolour on there, and maybe it comes down here as well. Like so. How are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? Does it come down there? So this is all going to be shadow. This is all going to be shadow. Like so. There. Alright, so back to the big brush and just pull this. Remove all the excess we can. Remove all the excess that we can. Blend it into that liquid white. Same on this side. Just pull that down. Really fill up this part of the canvas. There we go. Like that. Okay, let's put some white paint on. Alright, so let me find my 1-inch paintbrush. Okay. And I'm just going to load a lot of white, titanium white paint into this 1-inch paintbrush. Maybe even get a little bit of the liquid white as well. Okay, and I'm just going to grab and go straight over the top. Just like that. Okay. And then we can grab the palette knife and just plough some paint onto the top. There, look at that. Make some big, thick, snowy regions on top of there. We said we were going to put a tree on, didn't we? Should we put a tree on? Just like we're putting snow on the mountains. Okay, all we're going to do is just put a bit of snow on this snowy bank. Just let it break. Just let it break. Build up. Lots of paint on here. Lots of paint there. Okay, we'll have a tree about there, I think. We better have now. Alright, so same on this side. In fact, where's the paintbrush? So I'm putting some white paint down first. There, like so. Get rid of that brush. And then on top of this, we've got a bit of an air there. Just like we're putting shadows on the mountain. Putting shadows in the snow. There, like that. Let it break. Most important, you let it break. Where's this come out? There, like that. That looks cold, yeah? That looks cold. Right the way across. Right the way across. And a bit on there as well. Okay, so we've got like a little snowy area there, and we've got like a little bit of a frozen stream there. Okay, so let's take some of that liquid white. Okay, and we're just going to cut in some ice, just like that. The edge of some ice. Just there. Neaten up the foot of that little peninsula, just like that. Comes around. There. A lot of pressure on the palette knife. There. Okay. Fill in some of this. We're not really bothered how that goes, are we? We're not really bothered. We could just tease that. Tease and set it back. There, like that. Into the painting. Just like that. Okay, we said we're going to put a tree on there. The only problem is I put white down instead of browns and blues. Okay, so what we're going to use, let's use blue, let's use black, let's use a tiny touch of green, not much. Don't want green snow. Okay, tiny touch of green. Okay, I'm going to use that brush again, that rounded brush. Okay, lots of paint. Lots of paint. A little bit more green. Okay, it's very soft and delicate, this brush. Okay, so up here, I'm just going to touch on, just like that, give ourselves a little bit of a guide of where we want to be. And which way shall we have as leaves? Shall we have them going upwards? I think we'll have them going upwards this time. So I'm just going to touch on and lift up, push up. Some evergreens have droopy arms, and then some have that are reaching up. And I think this one will be a reaching up kind of evergreen. I think these brushes are absolutely fantastic for producing these kind of trees as well, and for all kinds of little foliagey things. Look at that. Just comes alive. Just comes alive at you. Just like that. Keep loading your brush. Vary the colours if you need to. Lots of paint on the canvas down here, so it may not stick. So if that's the case, get a bit of paint thinner. Tiny touch of paint thinner. Okay, and come down there. Out into the wilderness we go. There we go. Okay, get a bit of black. Darken that off a bit. There we go. Right, so let's grab that fan brush with a bit of white paint on, and then let's just grab some of this and pull. There, look at that. Bit of shadow in there. Like that. There, like so. Maybe even touch the shadow under there as well. There'll be a bank there, I'm sure of it. Really darken that off there. That's better. That's better. There. Pull it out. Pull it out. That's just Prussian Blue. Sorry, Phthalo Blue. Got no Prussian Blue on the palette. There. There. All right. Now we want one on there. Oh, quite good. I'm going to paint another one. I'm going to grab a tiny touch of the paint thinner though. So black, green, blue. Okay. And we'll add this one just there like so. Okay. And then again, we're just going to lift up slightly. Lift up. Just like this. Keep tapping. Don't move the brush. Don't be painting like you're painting a wall. Just tap, tap and shift. Tap and move. Tap and move. Okay. Lots of paint down here. Lots of thick, thick paint. So if it's not sticking, let's get some liquid clear or paint thinner. I'm going to get paint thinner. I'm going to get paint thinner today. Okay, and let's go down like that. There we go. Okay, I'm going to grab a tiny touch of the brown just to put a little bit, and then just up there like that. So a little bit of, what we call them, trunks. All right, tree trunks. Grab that, pull, pull, pull. So we've got some shadows there. Shadows. All right. Perhaps we can even grab a bit more of that white and just delicately just there. Look at that. Look how thick that snow is. When this dries, this will be so tactile. You'll be able to do a rubbing over the top of it. Crazy, eh? Crazy stuff. All right, so we'll do another one. I think we should put another tree in. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe a little one there. Right, we've gone for it now. We've gone for it. We've gone for it. Okay, black, touch of green, touch of blue. Okay, really delicately touched there. Okay, and then just very slightly lift up. Is it got a bend in the tree, this one? It's like blown over. Okay, just keep going, keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop only to reload your brush. Keep going. And again, if it's not sticking, get a bit of paint thinner. Get some more of that paint thinner, get some more of that black, get some more of that green. Just want a little greeny cast to these trees. Okay, I don't want too much. Go down there like so. Like that. Okay, there we go. Then again, we can get some of that white paint. Where's my pen? Too many brushes, man. What I need to do is just do one brush, one colour challenge again, don't I? That was fun. That was fun. Okay, just grab some of that and pull. So just pure white paint now. Just pull. Let it create some shadows in the snow there. Just like that. There's a little stream there. You can pull that back a little bit. There. Just like that. Yes. A bit that way. Build up a snowbanks. Just like that. And I think we're almost got a finished painting. I'm just going to get that down out of the way. There, like so. Just tickle that. Send that back into the painting. There we go. Be a bit of that darker colour down there. So what do you think of this one? It's a bit crazy, yeah? But we're allowed to have crazy times. It's a bit crazy, but we are certainly allowed to have crazy times. Just going to grab some more of that white paint, just put it on. But the theme of the thickness of the paint is running straight through all this, from the mountains right down to the base of this canvas, to the very base. Okay, I'm going to grab a little bit of paint thinner, and let's get a bit of red this time. Okay, I'm going to find a nice little spot to sign this. If you do have a go at this one, let me see. Send me a photograph. Sign that there, just like that. Send me a photograph if you do it. Links to my socials are down in the description. And give me a big thumbs up. Leave me a nice big comment. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. But until next time, my fantastic friends, you take care. Stay safe. Happy days.